Hey, this is Rebel Builder, and this is the UCS Slave 1 coming in at 2,000 pieces. Right away, the first impression is compare the size of that thing to those minifigures. This set is a monster, especially propped up on that black stand that it comes with. So this set blew me away when I built it. Slave 1 isn't even my favorite ship, but when I got this thing done, just the amount of detail, the colors are striking. The construction techniques, just everything about it blew me away. Let's start with up front in Boba Fett's cockpit. So this actually opens up by pulling apart these Technic pins and it just slides out. In here you can get a good idea of some of the detail, lots of control panels and just different workings. And his cockpit actually is designed to pivot with the direction of the ship. So if it's in main flying mode, it's like that. But when he lands, he can pivot up like this and get out of his chair. So here on the side are the main wings or whatever, but these things turn and pivot as you lift it up. So this is going to be a little hard to show here, but as you lift it up, you can see that those wings actually have kind of a weight in the bottom and they pivot on their own depending on the position of the ship. Here in the back are these cannons that turn around. And it's cool, you just turn one side and they're connected all the way through. Here on the side, this door pops open, and I'll show you the one on the other side, but this kind of pivots out. And it's got some hidden cannons in that rocket there. Here's the other side. You can see this pulls out and pivots, and it's got some different kind of cannons here, different from the other side. So underneath here, there's this contraption here where this lowers down, and that would be to close the door. And you can also lift this up, pull this out, lift this up, and there's a hook here, and you can take your Han Solo Frozen and Carbonite and attach him in here. And then he gets tucked away in there. And as we look at the back here, you can see just this is all dark red and just different layers of slopes and curved slopes and round pieces, and the colors are just striking. And then this would be the ramp that comes down. And I do wish this kind of slid out or something to kind of simulate the ship we see in the movies. Here's a close-up of the front. Again, just some really cool dark red round pieces. Some stickers here on the front, but they didn't go overboard with stickers on this set. And here's a shot of the side here, and it's kind of hard to tell, but they've got lots of black greebling in there, lots of mechanical parts, lots of cool detail along here and this arm. Just amazing work that went into this set. And here's a shot underneath, and I'm holding this up. There's really not a good way to show this, but there's lots of detail with the engines, the transparent blue pieces, and again, lots of greebling, lots of technical looking pieces. And in between these tan pieces here, this is where the stand hooks into. So as I said before, this is just a striking set with the colors. The dark red, the dark green, the sand green, and the light gray. It just makes for just a beautiful set. The one complaint I would have is it's got so much detail in it that it's almost fragile, it's delicate. You don't want to pick it up too much because every time I pick it up, I'm knocking parts over and I'm almost having to go back and look at the instruction manual to see where those parts fit. I just want to talk a little bit about the construction techniques. So the base here, this is generally built up with slopes and then, you know, kind of studs up basically is what I would say. But then they change direction here on the front to put these slopes on sideways. If I pop off this side panel here, you can see all of the different Technic pieces in here to create this slope. The top of the ship is actually sloping up towards the back, so they gave that a unique angle. The round pieces on the top, and then these big side panels do slope out to give it just all these unique angles that just it really does look like the model. It's striking. Here's a shot looking down and from the back, and you can kind of appreciate some of the different angles that they position these slopes at. Here you can see the stand. It's a bunch of Technic lift arms, lots of pins, so it's actually pretty sturdy, and it needs to be to hold this setup. It's got some weight to it, and you can see the plaque here in front with some specifications on the ship. Here's your minifigures, starting off on the left with Boba Fett, of course, and you can tell they've got tons of printing on him, detailed all the way down to his legs. Even his feet have some detail, and the sides of his arms even have paint on them. So that's not a detail we see very often on Star Wars minifigures. And then next to him is a Stormtrooper, and he seems a little advanced too. He's got some sand blue detailing inside some of these black lines here. The Bespin guard, and then of course Han Solo, no jacket on him. You know, this is right before he gets put into Carbonite. And here's the back of them. They all have printed detail on them except for Han Solo. But you can definitely tell here some of the detail on Boba Fett's arm and his light green jetpack too. The other feature here is Han Solo frozen in Carbonite. Great piece here, dark gray, but there is some paint on there, some detailing. Some great detail on the sides here, little computer readouts that Lando can look at to make sure that Han survived the freezing process. But the cool feature of this is the inside, and you can see these two little handles here. So what it's meant for is you take your Han figure and you make him grab those with his hands. So you can actually put him inside that piece. So overall, I think this is a wonderful set. It is expensive, it's 2,000 pieces, but it feels like a bigger set than that. And I think economy-wise, they did a great job to create such a big, large detailed set with only 2,000 pieces. You get some great minifigures in here. Boba Fett's wonderfully detailed. He's amazing. This has been Rebel Builder with a look at the UCS Slave 1. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave me some comments, and I'll be back soon with more videos. Thanks for watching.